Shares in Lululemon under fresh pressure. The company cutting its revenue outlook for the full year. Sucharita Kodali joins us now, retail analyst at Forrester, which is a market research firm. Thank you very much for coming on the show. What jumps out for you with this latest set of results and the forecast from Lululemon?
Well, it is certainly softer than I think that a lot of people had expected. The numbers had been trending in the low double-digit year-over-year growth rate. So I think that the expectations, the hope was that this quarter would be in that ballpark, but it seemed that it was more in the high single digits. And once you get to single digit territory, it just seems much more similar to the growth rates of other larger apparel retailers. And the growth story that Lululemon had been communicating, I think, is a little bit under pressure. And that's where you're probably going to see a little bit of a pullback.
That's interesting. Yeah, for years it seemed this company just had these eye-popping double-digit same-store sale increases.
Right, exactly. And I think that that's been the challenge. Now, there are some macro factors that are certainly at play. The apparel industry has been under tremendous pressure. As a percent of our wallets, the consumer wallet, apparel has declined through the pandemic. It really hasn't caught up to those pre-pandemic levels. So you see softness from companies like Gap and Nike and others. So that certainly is a factor that seems to be also weighing down on Lululemon. It seemed to be immune for a large part of the pandemic, but it now seems to be catching up with many of its peers. And then you also have just questions around how, as an athleisure company, is it managing through the competitive environment? There are a lot of newcomers like Alo and Vuori who are really taking share, it seems. And that's something that Lulu has to contend with, is the competitive landscape as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, inevitably, when you become that big, there's going to be nimbler, more plugged-in competitors coming after you.
Right, absolutely. And there have been questions for a number of years as to, is athleisure a trend or is it here to stay? And it has certainly lasted longer than people would expect. But, you know, there are also questions of our other major trends coming in that are potentially encroaching on the sales of athleisure. Things like there's always been a little bit of this interplay between denim and athleisure. And for many, many years, denim was behind. But it seems that perhaps denim may be making a comeback.
Denim. I remember reading on social media, jeans are so uncomfortable once you get used to, say, Lululemon pants or Cheetos. But I guess, yeah, never bet against jeans. They're always going to be a stalwart. And it's interesting, isn't it? Maybe we will go back to a more dressy look, fellas in waistcoats and women in fancy hats.
I'm not sure that we'll go quite there, and I certainly don't look to many of my peers, or even myself, to be driving fashion trends. But when I do look at like my teenagers, they certainly are, kind of embracing more of denim than I've seen before.
The company, does it still have big global growth potential? I mean, China's an important market. Can they bring? And can you remind us, have they done well in Europe?
Well, the thing about Lulu's global presence is that, for the most part, it still is a U.S. retailer, and the global markets are under more pressure than even the U.S. market. When we look at which consumer is actually doing a lot of retail now, it is the American consumer. In the past, we may have been able to rely on Chinese consumers, particularly for these global markets. But the issue is that the Chinese consumer is under pressure now. And you have a lot of geopolitical issues that could also be impacting the ability to even market to and reach those shoppers in some of these other otherwise promising regions.
We're just looking at the stock. It has stayed something of a turnaround. It's now pretty flat. So it looks as though, even though they're trimming the forecast, a lot of the disappointment had been built in. I mean, they're such a huge company now. Revenue of revenue of $2.4 billion in the latest quarter. So they are still a phenomenon.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a tiny company, but when we look at some of the larger players like an Inditex or kind of department stores in the space. That I think that the hope was that Lulu would have more room to grow. Even at its peak, companies like the Gap were in the $14-15 billion range, and Lulu is closer to 10 right now. So the question is, does Lulu have the potential to get to those numbers, potentially be a $20 billion retailer in the coming years? And it seems that, particularly given how the stock's been doing in the last year, there aren't that many people that necessarily believe that that's in its cards with its current strategy.
Leave us with a final thought. They are moving into men's. They've been doing that for a while, moving into footwear. Is that going to be tough? I mean, they don't have the reputation in those categories. Well, the men's has gone quite well. I think guys on Wall Street are wearing their pants, for one thing. But can they pull it off in men's and footwear in the same way?
Well, footwear in particular is really difficult for a number of reasons. And the competitive landscape, of course, is a significant part of the reason why that's a bold effort to be making, to have been making, because they've been trying it for some time. Men's is absolutely something that is likely to be a catalyst and likely has been a catalyst for them. And I do admire a lot of their efforts toward innovation. You remember they bought that company Mirror, which was about kind of potentially streaming exercise classes and getting into the devices space. It made more sense during the pandemic than after. But it is bold bets like that the company is going to have to continue to make. You can't just make one or two bets and then have them not pan out and be disappointed. When you look at the large technology companies, they make many, many more bets that fail than the ones that succeed. But it is that volume that is so crucial to growth.